Hello everyone, welcome to Red 5 Standing By. I'm Andrew. I was going to do a different video than this one, but that one's going to have to wait for later because I want to do a quick video about Disney Plus, Disney's new streaming service that'll be coming out next year, and the content that's going to be going on that streaming service because of the Cassian Andor news that dropped late last night. And I didn't do a video on The Mandalorian when that news dropped, or when the news that Clone Wars will be returning to that streaming service. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to do that right now. But first, I would like to talk about the news that dropped last night with Cassian Andor getting his own live-action TV show that's in development right now. No release date has been announced, but it has been confirmed that Diego Luna will be coming back to reprise his role as Cassian Andor. I love this news because I think that this allows Disney to go into more genres, with this show being like a spy espionage type of show. And I thought that Cassian Andor was probably the most interesting character in Rogue One. He brought to light this darker side of the rebellion that I didn't think we were ever going to see, with him murdering his Jedha informant at the very beginning of the movie. And I hope that this show explores that aspect of the rebellion more, because it will give the mature audience something a little darker to watch rather than Clone Wars and a couple other things that they haven't announced yet that I think they're going to start rolling out announcements with more shows. And of course, the other show that will be appearing on Disney Plus, Star Wars wise, is Jon Favreau's show, The Mandalorian. I loved everything that happened with Mandalorians and Clone Wars and Rebels, and I just want to see more of them. But the one thing I don't want to see is too many Force users in this show. I think that would kind of distract from what they're trying to do with it. I'll be happy with just Force believers, but not Force users. I think the only Force user that I'd be okay with seeing in this show, if it does happen, I think it's like just a very, very slim chance that will happen. But if Ahsoka just happens to appear on the show, I'd be fine with that, because the timelines match up. And if he just happens to run into Ahsoka and Sabine while they're out searching for Ezra, I'd be completely fine with that. But I think it might happen because of Dave Filoni's involvement in the show. And speaking of Dave Filoni, I am so excited that he is directing the pilot episode of this show. I think he knows so much about Star Wars. He has such a great understanding of the Star Wars universe, and for him to direct the pilot episode, just it points this ship in the right direction and for it to be in his hands. And I just think they're grooming him, Lucasfilm that is, grooming Dave Filoni to direct a feature-length film in the Star Wars universe. And I think it's just a matter of time before he gets his hands on a feature-length film, and I think he'll do a great job with it. And of course, way back at San Diego Comic-Con, they announced that Clone Wars will be making its return, and I am super excited this. I love the Clone Wars animated show. If you haven't watched it already, go on Netflix if you have an account, and go ahead and watch it. It does take a while to get into. The first season is a little rough at first, but once the deeper you get into the show, the better it gets, and it has some great Star Wars stories within it. So go on if you haven't already and watch it. And I've seen these new episodes that are appearing on the streaming service next year as sort of like a mini series, and I'm happy that they're doing it, even though it is a mini series. Just when you look at it, it's very basic, because it allows Filoni to close out the Clone Wars stories the way he originally intended. And I'm just so happy they did that. I'm excited to see what stories we're gonna get and how it sort of runs into Revenge of the Sith. But I think what the Cassian Andor news kind of proves is that Disney is willing to move forward with these smaller projects, but bring in big names to get viewers hooked in and watching these things. And knowing that, I think it brings forth opportunities to tell other stories in the Star Wars universe and fill in story gaps and answer questions that fans have been asking answers for. And I think this is a great platform for them to do that with. They came out tomorrow and said that they're not doing an Obi-Wan film, but instead what they're doing is a 10-episode miniseries with Ewan McGregor coming back to reprise his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I would be so excited for that. I'd be completely down with that. And also, I think this presents a great opportunity for them to take characters from other forms of canon and bring them into live action. The characters like Ahsoka and Sabine, Rey Stallone from the Aftermath trilogy, I think she would be perfect to bring into the live action. But I think I'm really pushing for Iden Versio to make her live action appearance. This is a great character that very few people know about. And if you watch any of the behind the scenes interviews on Collider, Jedi Council, or any other, like the Star Wars show on YouTube, you see how excited Janina Gavankar is about this character, and I think she'd be more than willing to at least make a cameo in The Mandalorian, because the timelines do match up. That's my push for canon characters to make their jump to live action. So those are my quick thoughts on the Star Wars shows that will be appearing on Disney Plus, but I want to know what you think. Let me know what you're more excited to see next year on Disney Plus in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and share it. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I'll be talking about anything and everything Star Wars on this channel. I would love for you to stay up to date on all of those videos. Thanks as always for watching, and may the Force be with you.